My mother-in-law is destroying my marriage. That's what Janet said the moment she walked into my office. She was exhausted. She was angry. And within minutes, I knew that that statement wasn't true. Because the problem was sitting right next to her. If you've ever felt like your partner doesn't have your back when it comes to their family, stay with me. For the next few minutes, we are going to unpack exactly what is destroying your connection. And I'm going to give you the exact script to stop this fight forever. But first, I'm going to say something most people don't want to hear. Your mother in law, she's not the problem. And if you keep treating her like the problem, you will keep having the same argument again and again and again. I know how it feels, believe me. She shows up, unannounced, of course. She makes those little comments about how you cook, how you raise the kids, how the house looks, anything and everything you can think about, she comments. She has that tone. And suddenly, you're not even upset at her anymore. You're in a full-blown screaming fight with your partner. But underneath that fight, if you strip away the anger, if we strip away the specific comments she made, it's not about her. In this deep feeling of why didn't you stand up for me? Why didn't you choose me? Once you see what's really happening here, you won't be able to unsee it again. Let me show you how this actually plays out, because this is where most couples get in completely wrong. Picture this. It's Sunday dinner. His mother makes a comment, something small, maybe passive aggressive. Oh, that's how you make the roast? Everyone laughs. He laughs too. And in that moment, nothing is said. But everything happens. On the drive home, she's quiet, staring out the window. He feels the tension. He asks, "What's wrong?" And suddenly, it explodes. "You never stand up for me." And he says, "You're overreacting. It was just a joke. Why do you always have to make things so difficult?" And just like that, they are no longer fighting about the roast. They aren't even fighting about the comment or the mother-in-law. They are fighting about each other. This is the moment that destroys connection. Because what she felt at that dinner table wasn't just criticism about her cooking. She felt alone. She felt unprotected. She felt unchosen. And here's the part most people completely missed. He has no idea that's what just happened. He's sitting there thinking, I was just trying to keep the peace. If I say something to my mom, it's going to ruin the whole afternoon. But what she experiences isn't him keeping the peace. What she experiences is, you throw me under the bus to protect your mother. You didn't choose me. Say this to yourself right now. It is not about the mother-in-law. It is about whether or not you feel like a team. When I asked Janet in my office what she actually felt underneath all that anger, her eyes were filled up with tears and she said, "I feel like I don't come first." That's it. That's the whole fight. To understand why this spirals so out of control, we need to look at what happens in moments of high tension. In my practice, I talk a lot about a dynamic called turtle and hailstorm. On that silent car ride home, he gets quiet. He pulls into his shell. He is the turtle. He's thinking, if I just stay quiet, this will blow over. But for her, that silence is agonizing. It feels like abandonment. She becomes the hailstorm. She gets bigger, louder, more explosive, trying to force a reaction, trying to get him to see her pain. What neither of them realize is this. His withdrawal is causing her panic, her panic is causing his withdrawal. They are trapped in a cycle. And while they are trapped in this loop, something else is being destroyed. Think of your relationship as a living, breathing entity. The space between you and your partner, it is sacred. When his mother makes that comment and he laughs along to keep the peace, it dumps pollution directly into the space between. It suddenly feels unsafe to be in the relationship. The reason you are fighting so fiercely isn't just about the words spoken at dinner. It's because the sacred space between you two has been breached. And the person who was supposed to stand at the gate and protect it didn't. Because this breach of trust is so painful, you naturally try to protect yourself. You try to build walls, but the ways most couples try to fix this actually destroy the relationship faster. I call these false boundaries. You are desperate to stop the pain, so you start putting rules in place. Go only for an hour to see your mom, or go only once a week. And these rules, they feel incredibly controlling to your partner. Maybe you issue an ultimatum. I forbid you from having contact with her. We are cutting off all ties with her. When you dictate who your partner is allowed to love or talk to, you aren't protecting the marriage or the relationship. You are just replacing his mother's control with your control. And resentment will build immediately. They may even do what you want, but this resentment will lead to disconnection and distance. Or maybe you try the second false boundary, the boycott. Fine, I'm never going to go to her house again. If you want to see her, you go without me. On the surface, a wonderful solution, right? A great solution. You don't have to hear the comments. He still gets to see the mom. But psychologically, it is a disaster. When you send your partner to his family without you, you are forcing him to live a double life, forcing him to choose between the family he came from and the partner he built his life with. He feels torn in half. And more importantly, sending him alone doesn't clean up the pollution in the space between. It just means you abandoned that space entirely. You cannot fix a team problem by benching yourself. So if ultimatums don't work and boycotting doesn't work, what does? Here's where most couples make the mistake that keeps them stuck for decades. You keep trying to fix the mother-in-law. You can't. You can only fix how the two of you communicate about the breach. I'm going to show you a different way to say this. Not perfectly, but effectively. Instead of screaming, "Your mother is the problem, you never defend me," try the script. Say, "When your mom made that comment, I felt humiliated. And when you laughed, I felt invisible." That's it. Not attacking, not diagnosing his mother, just your pure, vulnerable explanation. Now watch what happens. If he can hear that without getting defensive, he doesn't say, "She didn't mean it like that." Instead, he says, "So you felt humiliated and invisible?" Not defending, not explaining, just understanding. And suddenly, the fight slows down. The hailstorm stops. The turtle comes out of his shell. We didn't fix the mother-in-law. We can't. We fixed the disconnection. We cleaned up the space between. Once you have the connection back, you need a strategy to protect it. Your mother-in-law will still be difficult. Your father-in-law will still have no boundaries. They won't change, but what changes is the space between you. Now you are both facing this as a team. Here are 3 practical rules of engagement that change absolutely everything. Number 1, talk before the visit. Most couples wait until they're pulling into the driveway. Have this conversation on a random Tuesday when you both are calm and not triggered. When we see your mom this weekend, what is our plan if she brings up my parenting? Get on the same page before you walk through the door. Number two, have a signal, a plan for operation between the two of you, a squeeze of the knee, a specific phrase. I think I need some water. Can you help me in the kitchen? When that signal is given, your partner must respond. No questions asked. It means the space between us is polluted. Pull me out. It can be a sign that it's time to leave or that you do not feel comfortable in this space. No matter what it is, you need to respond. And number three, present a united front. This is the golden rule of in-laws. You handle your family, I handle mine. If a boundary needs to be set with his mother, he sets it. If you do it, you're labeled the difficult daughter-in-law. If he does it, it's a unified couple's boundary. He must be the one to protect the gate, and vice versa with her partner. At the end of our session, Janet looked at her husband and said, I just want to feel like we're on the same team. And that's what this is really about. It's not the comment. It's not the Sunday visit. It's not the mother-in-law. It's about feeling chosen.